Welcome to the Founder Fumbles podcast, where we go deep into real life startup struggles and comeback strategies. I'm your host, Dahmari Taplin, and today we have Alexandra. Today's episode is sponsored by Charged One Payments, helping business owners cut or even eliminate monthly processing fees with zero fee, dual pricing, or competitive interchange plus options. If you're tired of losing money every time somebody taps, swipes, or pays online, Charged One offers free smart POS terminals, transparent pricing, no contracts, next day funding, and real US-based live support. Most businesses save $500 or $3,000 a month just by switching over. Get an instant quote today or a free statement analysis at charge1.com, or you can call 888-954-7526 for zero commitment consultation. Charge One Payments, keep more of what you earn. Let's get back to the show. So just so y'all know, Alexandra Beekley, she's the founder and CEO of Vision Enterprise. She's a marketing manager, an advocate for sales and marketing, and now she's promoting high quality, consumable commodity goods for home, health, and beauty. It's good? Mm-hmm. Okay, I said it right. All right, that's all that really matters. But anyway, so how's it been? How's everything been going? How's business and how's everything? I heard you just came back from a trip.
Yeah, that was good. That was crazy. Flying is ridiculous these days anyways. Mm-hmm. But yeah, things have been great. Just seeing a lot of momentum in like business and personal life. Like the last 6 months, it's been kind of crazy, which is, that's always what you ask for, just to be busy and to have things move forward, which is awesome.
Right.
And yeah, just grateful every day.
So we met at that event, that not market, it was an investment event, right? Mm-hmm. What were you doing there? What was your point? The point of being there? Were you just networking, or were you trying to get some money, or?
Good question. Yeah, for that one, so it's like an entrepreneurship acquisition event kind of thing. So there actually know a lot of investors there, which is always nice to know. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. The cool thing I like to go there is, one, to learn about the ETA space, but then also just to get around those people, because they have just deeper conversations and cooler insight when it comes to business. So I'm not necessarily looking to buy a business yet, but I think that industry is just growing so much. It's so cool to learn about that and just, again, be around other great people.
Yeah, like I didn't even know like their whole business model. Like I think some of them, they buy like businesses of like retired people that plan to retire, buy their businesses and like get the right people employed, or do they flip it? Do you know?
I think everyone's different. Yeah, some people like flip it, or they'll buy like all the companies needed. So you have a laundromat, so then you buy the supplier company, and then you buy the vending machine, and kind of build a portfolio that way. So then you kind of compound the profitability of it.
Right.
Some people have it just to like have a business to not have to start from the ground up, so then they can kind of scale and grow from there. But there's a lot of relationships you need to build and people you need to please. So yeah, I think people do it differently.
So Vision Enterprises, that's your company. So what is that? What do you do with your business? How do you help people?
That's a good question. I help people in a lot of different ways. So there's two components to my business, which is the cool part. So I partner with businesses to help them get the better quality products that they need for their services. So I have access to over 400 products in like the home health and beauty spaces, 10 different brands, all the different things with that. And all of them are made in the US. Everything's just organically grown. Great products to use.
So what kind of products though?
So home health and beauty, so like cleaning products, anything from sports nutrition to a gamut of things. So like I say commodities, people are like, do you sell wheat? And I was like, no, we don't do that, but not that low of a commodity, but basic commodities people are going to use on a daily basis. So you're not spending a lot of money on like widgets and gadgets that a lot of people want to market, but it's like that's what people are going to need. So it's like if you go back to history, people who sold toilet paper and stupid stuff, the pool noodle, like that's what people need.
So you basically help people get there faster instead of all the other getting lost out there and all of the resources.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, just helping them kind of streamline. If I can help them get a better quality product for a better price, or just to kind of help them get into the quote unquote clean vegan society that we're in right now, then I'd love to do that. And then I have a secondary component, which I'm more excited about, because yes, working with businesses is really cool, but helping other people start their own business is the coolest part. Whether that's so I help people do the same thing I do. So if they come with me with an idea, I'm like, you should find a business coach. And I have those people to help you with. But if you're like, I don't have an idea what to do, I want to start a business, or I just need more capital to pay back debt or just to have a better lifestyle, I'd love to like show them how I'm doing what I'm doing and giving them the opportunity for that.
So how'd you like get into this type of stuff? Did you like go to school for like, how'd you get into it? Like, what happened?
Yeah, the crazy thing is, so in 2020, I was going to college. I had a scholarship for at least a year, and in that kind of year, 2020 was crazy anyway, so I was like, why not try to start a business? So then I can at least see what my options are going into college, if I want to stay and have a degree or whatnot. So I tried a bunch of different things, network like crazy via Zoom, of course, because that's all you could really do. Reconnect with a friend who lived in Colorado, because I was in Utah at the time with my parents, and then he had mentors in this like e-commerce space, and I wanted to get into it. I didn't know how, so they had the resources and the info to give me that system to build it. So I just kind of found the right people at the right time. It fell into my lap, which is kind of the crazy part. So
how did you get into like entrepreneurship as a whole? You know, I know you were telling me something about a story. I told you to save it for later. So now I want to know, like, how did you get into entrepreneurship?
Yeah, it's funny, I didn't think of owning a business until about 16, which is still early to most people, because I found my first business book, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, everyone finds at that time. But it was funny because I look back at how my parents raised me, and they raised me like an entrepreneur. Like, the funny story I tell people is when I was 11, I was so shy, like I didn't even talk to anybody. I had no friends in all of school, from kindergarten to 12th grade, because I just didn't want to talk to people. Yeah, I know. That's people crazy. Look at me now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I was so shy. And so that summer, my mom's a big people person. She loves sales. She's like, oh, you should come with me to my door-to-door sales job. And I was like, hell no. Like, that's crazy. Like, so I would just go with her to watch her do it. She wouldn't make me do anything. And I saw the relationship she'd build with people, just like the value that she would add. And I loved that part of it. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll just do the back end stuff. I'll give you the resources and the info. So one day she's like, hey, what if you learned how to sell like pizza coupon cards? And I was like, okay, whatever. But I was driven by money back then. So she's like, I'll give you a certain amount of money for how many you sell. And I was like, okay. So I didn't think about selling it at that time. My mom would just show me how she would do it. And then one day, like midsummer, we drive up to this neighborhood. I know the pitch and all the things, grab all the resources, I jump out of the car and start walking. And I look back and she's not walking out of the car with me. And I was like, what are you doing? She like stared me in the face, locks the door and leaves me. And I had a little like BlackBerry phone back then. She was like, sell 2 cards or you won't come home. And I was like, man. I mean, people think that's crazy things.
No, that's not crazy. That's dope. Yeah. That's brilliant of your mom.
It was insane. Like, it took me hours to just like talk to somebody, but I knew my mother. It was warm enough. She knew the neighbors. Like, I was there.
What did you learn from that? Like, because that's a great experience.
I learned that people aren't as scary as I thought they were, which is the cool part. Because my first person I had like the courage to walk up to. I was like 4'5" at this time, like height-wise. And this man that was like 6'5" opened this door. Thought I was gonna die. He actually kneels down at my level, so I did the pitch, whatever I needed to do. And he told me because I was out there, I'd be successful one day, just because I'm putting in the effort. So like those little pieces of encouragement were always there. So like encouragement, people aren't as scary as you think they are. Like people are willing to hear you out if you have a good message. So like little things like that, and like even determination back then.
Did you sell that day?
It was kind of like, I hear stories of the Great Depression where they were like selling newspapers for a nickel. Like I got my 2.
Oh, you got your 2?
After like 7 hours, but yeah, I finally got my 2.
Yeah. Okay, that's dope. So, did you ever do anything else with sales, or, is that your last time in sales? Did you get into it?
Later, so that summer traumatized me for a little while. And then when I was about 16, 17, I didn't have to get a job, but I wanted to start to make money. So I remember that experience. So for about 2 summers, or most of actually almost 2 years, so 17 to 19, I literally like would go out with those pizza cards, because you could buy them for $1, sell them for 10, and like you would give like 2% to charity. So I'd make like $7 off a card or something like that. So I go and would do that, and I'd like learn as I went, like, okay, what pitches work, what don't they? Like if I have a little board of like why I'm doing this, people will actually give me, the time of day. And I would go every single day for 3 hours. Within 6 months, I'd make $300 an hour. So I was like, I'm never having a job.
So hold on real quick. I gotta ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
I truly feel that I like suck in sales. You know what I mean? I shouldn't feel like that because, you know, I'm in the business of people that shouldn't feel like that, you know? But what's it like a sale? Do you have like a one solid sales tip that worked for you that you just like, you know, I'm going to do this every time?
Just be you. I think people can like smell a salesperson from a mile away. Mm-hmm. So I try to be real with people. Like any sales book, anything that I've learned from other people, mentors I've had in my life is just like, be you. Like if people don't like your energy, then give them to somebody else. Or people don't like what you're saying, give them to somebody else. Like until you find that synergy with people and they like you because of who you represent. And it took me a long time to find like how to represent myself authentically. I think if you do that, you're not really selling, you're just having a conversation with somebody and building that relationship. And then it'll be surprising, like you're not expecting someone to buy something from you and then they will. And you're like, oh, that was crazy.
Nice. So your current business, Vision Enterprises, are you doing that by yourself or do you have like a partner or something?
I technically have a lot of like teams around me, so I've learned from mentors that have gone before me that have utilized kind of this e-commerce direct sale platform to actually retire, quote unquote, like not have to work jobs anymore because they've just built that income and helped other people do the same thing.
Right.
So I've had those people to learn from, and then I have like teams of people that help me with like the apps, the websites, the product side of things because I don't really do much when it comes to manufacturing or research or anything like that. So it's been the nicest part. So there's definitely a lot of people behind me.
Okay. So you hire people like off of Fiverr? Where do you find these people?
Which type of people?
These people that are behind you helping you work. Like you just do networking or?
Well, I don't have to find people to hire. That's the cool part. So there's been systems involved for years upon years at this point where it's been, I would just partner with like manufacturing companies that do the back end when it comes to research, manufacturing, shipping out a product.
Okay.
So partner with them because they do all of that side of things. So they just know what will be good for society in the next 5, 10, 15 years, trend-wise with things like that. And then other systems like web development, things like that, that's already we have like a training platform we utilize with that. So there's about 60 people, like development side of things, research, things like that go into.
Okay. So have you ever felt like any like struggles doing this? You know what I mean? Like, cause I know it gets like super hard, you know, like, have you ever like, just like, you know, I don't feel like pushing and doing this anymore. You know what I mean? Do you ever feel like that? What was like one of your like lowest moments, would you say?
Well, I'll say being an entrepreneur is like the coolest and the hardest thing people will do. So probably for my first 2.5, 3 years, almost every day, like I'd be motivated to keep going. I think because I had people around me, but every day I doubted myself. I didn't think I was going to do it, or I wanted to give up because I was just like, oh my gosh, like this is never going to work. Like you feel like you're putting in so much energy, but maybe you're not because you don't know your capacity yet. And I think we have an unrealistic expectation of success. So like I was 19 when I started a business, so I had no idea what it took to be successful until several years in. And I was like, you know what? It's going to take its time. It do its things. My lowest point would probably about almost a year ago, because it was like I had some personal things going on with family and relationships, and I just felt like nothing, like for a whole year, nothing had moved forward in my business. So I was like, can I do this? Do I want to do this?
Yeah.
And I sat there and I was like, this is the one thing, I feel like my one opportunity to be successful, to break those chains in my family and actually move forward and be an example. And every time I hear people quit, that's like the one failure that they had, is just giving up before they really feel like they needed to.
I'm just thinking like the times I felt like giving up, because oh my gosh, like I felt like quitting like so many times, but you know, I just found out that like, you know, if you stop, then you will never make it. But if you keep trying, then there's a way bigger chance. But if you stop, there's no chance, you know? Absolutely. So it's just like you got to keep going regardless. But what was your like biggest lesson that you learned, you know, while being a founder? You know,
I feel like there's so many things you learn. It's crazy. Probably
maybe this year, I would say.
Maybe this year. I'd say probably what I said before is just that having a more realistic expectation of success. Just knowing it will take longer than you expect, but it'll be worth it 100% more. Like even now, even when I feel like crap and things like that, I'll talk to my mentor and she'll be like, okay, think of yourself when you first started 4 or 5 years ago. Where were you at? And I was a 19-year-old broke college student, had zero skills in social skills. Like I was so awkward. I was kicked out of places because people just didn't want to talk to me. So it's like, I feel like that's kind of where you learn, okay, I personally feel like I've learned so much about people and talking to them and being comfortable around them that I can move forward with that no matter what.
Yeah, because no, that's real. That's real because entrepreneurship is just hard, man. Like I feel like, is that what you would tell, like if you can go back and tell yourself something like when you were 19, is that what you would tell yourself?
I'd say so, yeah. Just like always be persistent, because the persistent are the ones that actually achieve anything. Because I was reading something, so Napoleon Hill,
Think and Grow Rich?
Think and Grow Rich, thank you. I know he's a couple of different books. I'm rereading that one, and I remember I just read the part where it was like the old man frustration, or the old man like failure will like wear out eventually with your persistence, so you will gain success no matter what. So yeah, I tell myself to just keep going, like keep pushing through, remove distractions faster, because there'll always be things that come at you with life. But it's like, how do you move forward faster? How do you get this obstacle out of the way quicker to get to your goal? Because you started this for a reason. You have a why behind it. So always remember that as you keep moving forward.
Yeah, because you can't go around it. You can't jump over. You got to go through it. You know, you got to face all of the struggles, and you have to. The way I like to look at it, and I think I said this in a couple of my podcast episodes now, is that everything that you go through is needed for you to get to the next step. You know, if you don't go through that stuff, then you'll never get to that point to that growth point in your entrepreneur journey. So, but yeah, that's the way I like to look at it. Do you have like any, what's going on with your business right now? Do you have like any new stuff coming up? Any like new partnerships or anything like that?
I was just thinking, we actually did a big event a couple weeks ago. We did a whole product expo for the first time. So that was really cool. We had all of our products in one room. We had over like 6,000 people show up. It was like the craziest thing. A lot of like volunteers, things like that. So that was cool. We'll do that again next year. So 11 months from now that'll happen. And then coming up, I feel like we always have some cool events coming up. Like I try to do different trainings or one-on-ones. But that I'm looking to partner with 6 to 12 individuals who want to start something, again, a business of their own or whatever their goal would be with that. So I feel like that's been my goal of networking, just finding those people with that need and saying, hey, like this is an option. If this works, great. If it doesn't, great. But just continuing that growth. So that's where my expansion is currently. I always
wonder, like, how do people get like connected, like get in those expos and stuff like that? Because every time I try to get an expo, they like, oh no, you need to bring all these products and you have to go buy like yo-yos and notepads and stuff to give out. Do you have to have all that stuff? No. You just have to just connect with the right person, right?
Yeah, like ours are pretty simple. I know like the same like a home show expo, things like that. You either have to bring those kind of things to give out or whatnot. We do have different, like we had 24,000 sample cups, but then we just brought our own kind of inventory of things and used that. But that was like our only kind of samples of things, which is cool. So yeah, made it a little easier.
Okay. So do you have like any new events that you're going to soon? You're going to do different startup week or anything like that?
I usually have been attending that the last couple of years. So yeah, I think I'll attend parts of that and just meet new people or do the happy hours or some of they have like different speakers for different parts of it.
The happy hours, the pitches, all that stuff is fun. Yeah. All the networking events is great. You used to get free food and free drinks too, so that's pretty dope.
Oh yeah, people come for the food.
Yeah, I come and they have good food usually too. So, and not the cheap beers for some reason. They always get the expensive beers. But anyway, well, I think that's all my questions I had today. So I guess, do you want to tell the audience like where they can find you, your social medias, website links, or whatever you want to share?
Yeah, well, I know, so I just started on Zigga, so I know that's one of your new apps, which is really cool. So, like, brings together entrepreneurs. It's kind of like social media without the other people.
You're on the Zigga app?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Give me some dap. Yeah, so you're on the Zigga app. Where else can they find you?
Mostly I'm pretty active on, so Instagram and TikTok. I know TikTok is the whole thing of back and forth of that. So probably Instagram you can find me, and that's just the Alexandra Beekley.
The Alexandra Beekley. Can you spell that?
Yeah, so THE_ALEXANDRA_ as in boy, EEKLEY.
See, you didn't say all the underscores at first. So the Alexandra Beekley.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And that's your Instagram.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll have like my general store information, but if there's any questions on businesses or what that looks like, I'd love to answer questions there too.
Sweet. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you, everybody, for watching this wonderful episode with Alexandra. We discussed, all of the highs, the lows of her business journey. If she inspired you any way, any shape or form, or you want to connect with her, please, follow her or reach out to her. I'll put everything in the description. And please, please, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment down low. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.